Guys, what's up? It's Alex from Up to Date Bros, and I hope you're having a great day today. Like me, it's a fabulous day outside again. So the UK is actually experiencing a relatively nice summer this year. And yeah, today's video is going to be a bit shorter, only 5, 6, 7 minutes long today. But don't worry, Kyle is coming over later today. And we got a couple of cool videos planned for you that we're gonna film tonight, and then upload tomorrow. So be on the lookout for that, and then let us know what you think of them. If you want to see more of that, or of our other content, or just Kyle and me chatting, and all of that. And yeah, hope you enjoy. But now on with today's video. So for today, I'm going to go into a bit more detail around what Kyle and I are doing. So at the beginning, we said we're going to talk about anything and everything that interests us, and that it's our birthdays coming up. In fact, they just passed last week, and it's now gotten to the point, or as we said in those videos, it was rather that we would start investing and showing you guys how we invest, what our strategies are, what our decisions are, why we choose our investments, and all of that, how we choose them, and show you a step-by-step guide basically of how we're doing that. And so yeah, we just wanted to show you guys what we're doing. But first of all, why are we doing that? Why have we made the decision to invest? Now, personally, I'm now 31 years old. I think I missed out. I should have started a lot earlier to invest. I should have started in my 20s. In fact, 2008, when I turned 20, I should have started investing when the market crashed. But I didn't. I was enjoying my life in my 20s. I was a college student. I went to university and had better things to do than worry about the future, which is where I'm at now. Well, I'm not worrying, but I'm thinking more about it. And a lot of people, I find I'm in that same boat when I'm talking to colleagues at work. And so I just thought this is really helpful. Now, another thing is that everybody always says, like, save your money, put it in a savings account, and let the interest do its thing. That's all well and good if you've got a high yield interest account, a savings account, but those are far in between to come across. Yeah, nowadays with inflation at 2.53% and interest rates for those accounts at 2% or so, well, yeah, you're basically giving the bank your money, and you're losing money the second you give it to them. Of course, you're getting less back than if you had spent the money yourself. So, I mean, there's a couple of examples out in the UK, like the First Direct Link Saver. If you have an account with them, a current account with them, you can then open the linked saver account with them, and they offer a 5% savings rate on monthly deposits from 25 to 300 pounds. So that's a good one for savings. And as I said, this video is about why Kyle and I are investing rather than what we're investing in. That will come later. But basically, why have we made the decision to invest rather than to put our money into a savings account like that? And the answer is that we don't have any or much. We don't have much bad debt, and we've already got plans in place to pay those off as soon as possible. The only debt that I personally have at this point is my mortgage for the house, which I'm aiming to pay off sooner rather than later. But that's it for me. And Kyle is in a similar boat. He'll talk about it, I think, in another video. And yeah, so for us the decision was we don't have any bad debt that we need to pay off immediately. So savings is always good if you've got bad debt. If you've got to pay off your debt, then savings is better, because in investing carries inherent risks with it. The market can go up and down. You can lose everything, or you can make millions. More often than not, you'll lose everything. But the whole point of investing, unless you're a day trader, isn't really to get quick wins. It's getting the consistent wins, getting the consistent growth of the market, and this is where why we made the decision is that investing outpaces savings, because on average, if you look back, I think I've got an article open here. I'm just looking at it now. Where is it? I think it said since the 1900s or so, the FTSE All Share has on average delivered 4.9% return after inflation. So that's around 7.5% before inflation. So that's similar to the S&P 500, the Dow Jones, the DAX in Germany, the Nikkei in Japan. So all of these broad index funds have on average mirrored the market, showing that the market has on average given a yearly return of 7.5%, or thereabouts. So again, now you can see 7.5% over 20 years, 40 years, or 5% saver over 40 years. So, and this is what I want to talk about, is Kyle and I made the decision. We don't have the bad debt. We don't need to save to pay off that element of it. So we decided, let's pool resources together. I mean, it's not massive resources. It's a couple of £100 a year that we're going to put in together. But I'm just gonna try and explain to you that it's a compounding impact of it. So if we're both 31 now, if for the 40 years the market increases on average 7.5%, then after 40 years we will have paid in £4,900 or thereabouts. So that is saying we're paying in roughly £100 a year. So just very basic is £100 a year, or £120 a year. I think I calculated. So £10 each month. So that's let's call it even £5,000 that we paid in. But our total investment will then be worth £26,300. So we will have we will have 5 times as much money as you put in over 40 years. And this is where compounding comes in. Because compounding works by taking your initial amount. So say you earn 10% interest. You've got £100, you earn 10%. After the first year, you got £110. Then you earn 10% on that £110, not just the £100. You earn the 10% in the second year on £110. So all of a sudden it goes from 100 to 110 to 121 to then 133.1, and so on and so on. So you can see that with time, compounding is just gonna accelerate and accelerate beyond what normal savings, if you put saving away monthly, would do. Now, with a 5% savings rate and what's it called, an inflation rate of 2.5%, you still get an interest of 2.5% on that. So the remainder is your acceleration. But if you compare that against the 7.5%, where after inflation you get 5% interest growth on your investment, then you can see you get double the interest on investing. Now that's just one strategy. that we'll be discussing probably tonight in some more depth. But that's the fundamental of why Kyle and I have chosen to do investments. It's just the chance of our performance is just greater. But we also made the decision because we don't have bad debt that we need to save money for, and we know about the inherent risk of it. We know the risk that the money we put into that can just go like that. The market could drop tomorrow, yeah, it can go down. I mean, we are in one of the longest bull markets in history since the 2008 crash. So 11 years of basically prices rising and not having real dips. Obviously, stock market constantly goes up and down, but having a real dip in the market, we haven't really seen that in recent years. So there's lots of prognosis about the market is due for a recession and for a dip and all that. And yes, that can happen. But this is where the second part of it comes in, is that if you need the money urgently, or if you need the money in the next year, in the next year and a half, in the next 2 years, investing probably isn't the right thing. I would probably in that instance put the money to the side in a savings account and let it sit there and let it grow there. Of course, in the short term, the market probably isn't going to do much. I was talking about 7.5% yearly returns. That is over like a 20, 30, 40, 50 year horizon of the total UK equities market. So this isn't to say that each year it will be 7.5%. It might be that some years it's minus, the market is declining, but then other years it might be a bit more, and nobody can know that. Nobody can know how the market is going to perform, especially with the current political climate in the UK around Brexit, and then there's the trade wars with Trump and China going on. So there's loads of external factors that we have no control over that can impact how the market reacts. That's why I was saying, if you need the money urgently, investing probably isn't the right thing for you right now. But if you've got a bit of money and you've got a 3 to 6 months emergency fund, and then you've got some more cash left over, then, and you're willing to take the risk, and you don't need that money, then I would say, yeah, go ahead and invest. And this is where hopefully tonight's video of how we invest will be useful to you. So yeah, let us know what you think, and yeah, comment below, or let us know what strategies you do in investing tonight and how you like the video. So hit subscribe, hit the notification bell, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Cheerio.